Mrs. Amity Chairperson Amity, Dr. Ayagiri Rao, Guest of Honor, Major General K.J. Singh, Vice Chancellor, Amity University, the distinguished representatives from the USA and Japan, distinguished guests, principal and head of schools of Amity institutions, staff of the institutions, and all the students, and all my young friends who have come from different countries to participate in this first AIMUN. Namaste. At the outset, let me express my happiness to be with all of you on this very important occasion. This is a day we have all waited for. It marks the realization of a vision we have all strived for. I will take this opportunity on behalf of UNESCO to congratulate Amity on organizing the first Amity International Model UN Conference in India. The French Nobel laureate, writer Anatole France said, I quote, "To accomplish great things, we must dream as well as act," end of quote. This insightful quote serves as a guiding light for every person on this planet. This conference, now the biggest international MUN in India, is a confirmation of this belief. It's the brainchild of an extraordinary and sagacious visionary, Chairperson Dr. Amita Sohan. Her dream has been translated into reality by the meticulous labors of all those present today, from the Amity Educational Resource Center, to Executive Board, to the Organizing Committee, from the delegates to the teachers. You're all part of this dream. You form an integral part of this magnificent success that is AIMUN. What once started 3 years ago at the intra-school level has now metamorphosed into an international extravaganza. AIMUN, in its very first year, has achieved participation of 500 delegates from 8 international and 52 national schools. Is in itself a great achievement. The irony of this conference is quite profound. In all of our efforts and ambitions, we have unconsciously, perhaps, walked in the footsteps of the very men and women who first conceived the notion of the United Nations over 6 decades ago. Our ancestors shared a dream, a world free of sorrows that had long plagued mankind. So they solemnly avowed on a fine day in San Francisco in 1945 to work together to fulfill that oath. Generations have gone past since that momentous day. They have been full of unprecedented challenges that threaten to topple everything we worked for. Poverty continues to ravage our society. The possibility of apocalyptic nuclear war is never far away. Climate change looms in the distance. In spite of these seemingly insurmountable problems, the United Nations remains the best chance for humanity to redeem its pledge as penned down in the Charter. More than ever before in human history, we share a common destiny. We can master it only if we face it together. And that, my friends, is why we have the United Nations. These are the words of Kofi Annan, the 7th UN Secretary General, at the dawn of the new millennium. It is a clarion call to every person on this beautiful planet we call Earth. We are as weak and powerless divided as we are strong and mighty together. Our individual triumphs are of little consequence if we fail to share them with our fellow citizens of the world. Friends, in accomplishing the seemingly Herculean task of organizing and preparing for an event of this magnitude and stature, we have achieved exactly what our ancestors envisioned. Today, over 500 students from a dozen countries across the globe, including Denmark, Hungary, Germany, Maldives, Mauritius, South Korea, China, India, and Turkey, sit in this very assembly hall. I am very happy to have been personally associated with the participation of the delegates from Mauritius and Maldives, and I would like to give them a special welcome, but I'm certainly also very happy that we have delegates from so many other countries that have come and joined us. The presence of the students from all these countries is a confirmation of the importance and the viability of the United Nations. No matter our differences in culture, religion, or language, we form one race, human beings. We can all work together, understand each other, emphasize with each other, and help each other. Cooperation across borders is truly possible. Yes, there is reason for hope. There is no doubt that the task is enormous, and at times you might feel like that one drop in the ocean. But as Mother Teresa once said, we ourselves feel that what we are doing is just a drop in the ocean. But if that drop was not in the ocean, I think that the ocean would be less because of that missing drop. Never underestimate your individual potential. I would like to pose a small riddle. Over a century ago, a boy was born in the city of Porbandar. He was a typical child with no exceptional qualities. He was a good student in school, but not academically brilliant. He went to London to train as barrister before his 19th birthday. When he came back, he struggled to establish a law practice. Finally, he accepted a year-long contract to a post in the colony of Natal in South Africa. Who was he? None other than Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. So believe in yourself, believe in your own latent power. All of you are special. Let me give an example to explain why. There is a theory stating that we are all only about 7 people away from knowing everyone in the world. That is an indication of exactly what we can achieve. We can all become great men in life. What we have to follow the steps and the actions of these great men, and that could lead us to that sort of realization. At this stage, I would like to tell you something about UNESCO, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. Perhaps that will give you a reason to be optimistic about the future. It will be heartwarming to know that all over the globe, people are tirelessly working to help preserve the most precious aspects of mankind. As the former Director General of UNESCO said, UNESCO is the conscience of the United Nations. Since its creation in 1945, UNESCO has served as the UN's primary agency for education, in close collaboration with its member states. UNESCO New Delhi office covers India, Bhutan, Nepal, and Maldives. It promotes international cooperation, functions as a laboratory of ideas, and serves as a clearinghouse for dissemination and sharing of information and knowledge in all fields of UNESCO's competence. During my tenure as Secretary to the General Conference and the Executive Board, I've had the privilege to work very closely on and observe the proceedings of the conference. These years, I must confess, were ones of great learning for me. I got the opportunity to interact with leaders having unusual charisma, conviction and ideas to improve the status of the world population and promote peace and prosperity across nations. I do also keep interacting with young people occasionally, and every time I feel that they have the right kind of idealism and ideas to lead the world. Talking to young people instills in me a new motivation and renewed drive to attain higher standards of peace, justice, and social harmony amongst nations. I also had the pleasure of starting the AIMUN conference in Mauritius, and And that was also a wonderful experience that I could observe personally when I launched it as former Minister of Education of Mauritius. And I'm glad that this is being continued in Mauritius till today. There is a good reason why many of elders label our generation as special. My dear young friends, you are blessed with the best and worst of the world. Today you have access to innumerable opportunities to learn new skills and to share your knowledge. On one hand, you are endowed with the capability to change the world, but on the downside, the reality is that you sadly have no alternative. The world is truly counting guard against these implacable concerns. The fate of the world hangs in the balance. What you do in the next decade or so will alter our collective destiny. And that is precisely why such events are so beneficial. You've been given a chance to interact with other people of your age. For the next 3 days, you shall engage in a comprehensive and grilling discussion of matters of international importance. The main purpose is to learn and explore the beautiful, complex world that we have inhabited and constructed. Do not worry about the reward. AIMUN ensures that everyone is a winner. To open your eyes to the world around you and start pursuing ways to help at such a young age qualifies as nothing short of remarkable. Again, I will repeat, you're all special in your own way. Once again, I would like to convey my best wishes to Amity International Model United Nations 2010. I'm sure that this platform will not only facilitate the exchange of ideas, thoughts and understanding amongst young delegates across the globe, it will also revolutionize the way we human beings view each other. I would invite the young participants to go for excellence and to go for gold. So wish you all the best and have a very enjoyable time at this AIMUN 2010. Thank you.